Today, classic car expert Christoph Bauer is taking a pioneer of safety and engine technology out for a spin. The Mercedes-Benz 220 SEB, popularly known as the Finny. The official name of this series, introduced in 1959, is the W111. The most innovative model in the series shines with its elaborate fuel injection system. The Mercedes 220 SEB wrote automotive history, says Christoph. The Finny was the first sedan in the world made in large numbers to feature a four-stroke engine with fuel injection. Mercedes had already been using this highly innovative and extremely efficient technology since the end of the 1950s, but only in very expensive small edition models. In 1954, the legendary supercar, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, became the first serial production model to feature a four-stroke engine with direct injection. That meant more power and cleaner exhaust from less fuel. Statesmen began profiting from the new technology in 1957. The last versions of the 300D, known as the Adenauer, had intake manifold injection. But these luxury vehicles, like the fuel injection Ponton 220 SE, built for just 2 years, were available only in small numbers. The gasoline injection system went under the hood of the top model of the W111 series in 1959, says Christoph. To show what this new development could do, Mercedes sent the seemingly staid premium sedan onto the toughest racetracks and rally routes in the world. In 1960, race car driver Walter Schock won the prestigious Monte Carlo Rally and the European Touring Car Championship with the 220 SEB. The sedan won the Touring Car Grand Prix of Argentina in 1961 and, with a woman at the wheel, also in 1962. Evi Rosqvist of Sweden left all the men in the dust. And in 1963 it triumphed at the 6-hour race on the Nürburgring. For long-distance races, handling and the quality and balance of the engine are crucial, and the Finny has smooth, extremely precise power steering. The suspension is comfortable, yet quite sporty. Mercedes calls this active safety. The interior is built for safety too, says Christoph. For example, with the padded steering wheel and impact plate, padded dashboard, recessed knobs and switches, some of them made of flexible plastic. Christoph particularly admires the wedge pin lock, which keeps the doors from popping open in an accident. Our expert says Mercedes engineer Bela Barenyi invented the principle of passive safety with this car. Visually, the car was oriented towards the extremely popular American design, with a big panorama windshield and tail fins, though understated ones in comparison with US cars. With Mercedes, tail fins weren't designed for design's sake. Oh no, says Christoph. Mercedes called them Peilsteger or sight lines and said they helped you parallel park. Ingenious technology. With the Finny, Mercedes head designer Karl Wilfert created a car body with clean lines and timeless elegance that was used in 3 model series. The vertical bar display speedometer was standard. Starting in 1962, the 220 SEB offered an optional automatic transmission that harmonized beautifully with the 120 horsepower engine. Standard under the W111's hood was a 2.2-litre straight-six engine. And only in this model, the SEB, is there a well-designed mechanical fuel injection system that ensures that each of the 6 cylinders receives just the right amount of finely atomised gasoline-air mixture when it needs it. That's much more effective than a normally carbureted engine, in which the same amount of fuel is aspirated with every stroke of the piston, whether you're just flooring it or just cruising along. Of course, this engine can no longer be considered a fuel saver by today's standards. If driven aggressively, the 120 horsepower short-stroke engine will burn 14 litres or more per 100 kilometres, but it can do 172 kilometres an hour and has a powerful sonorous sound. The 220 SEB sets high standards. Technically, the sedan was among the best of its time. It was continually improved and remained in production for 6 years. The Mercedes Fini really set standards, Christoph says. With its crumple zone and reinforced passenger compartment, its safety concept has become a fundamental feature of car construction. Almost 300,000 W111s were sold, 66,000 of them as 220 SEBs with trailblazing fuel injection. That's the technological standard today. You rarely find a car that combines so many innovations. So the Mercedes 220 SEB is truly a milestone of automotive history. Thanks to the Fini, Mercedes-Benz built the safest cars of the early 1960s and built up a reputation the brand still profits from today.